All right, so thank you so much for clicking on the video. Um, I am making this video due to a friend bringing it to my attention. This one's for you, Dexter. Um, and I'm gonna be talking about the Derrick Jaxn, and I forgot who the other lady name was. I think it was Diedrich or something like that. I'll try to leave the link down below. Just so y'all could go check it out if you want to. Um, but yeah, so the whole thing is about building the man up, right? And I think that both the woman and Derrick had very valid points, but I was asked to give my own opinion. So here it is. Um when it comes to that, right? The whole building a man up. I am all for it, and I feel like I've been on both spectrums of it. And even if I haven't, I've seen different outcomes, depending on the person. So let's start with what the woman had to say. Basically she's saying don't go into a relationship or, you know, well, yeah, basically don't go into a relationship because she used the term man. So I'm thinking if someone is your man, then that means that y'all have decided to move into a relationship. So basically she was saying don't go into a relationship expecting the man to have, everything together, all his ducks in a row and things like that. And then you're not even together yourself. And it was a saying a long time ago, even when it came to being physically fit and things like that. I remember someone was saying, don't go out there trying to, expect a man that stays in the gym all the time and all built up and all those things. And then you sitting up here looking like you looking, not in shape and things like that. So, and it's kind of the same concept. Yeah, of course you shouldn't as a woman, be trying to expect a man to have all his stuff together and you don't have your stuff together. Now, that just don't make sense, on that spectrum of it. And then another thing is as far as that is concerned, um, I think those type of women may fit more in the category of kind of like gold digging in a sense, because what other woman would not have nothing to offer a man but sex, but yet want him to have money, cars, and clothes and provide for her? That to me is more like a gold digger or just someone that's spoiled, and don't want to do anything with their own life, or they might have money, I don't know, but they don't want to spend it. They want to spend your money. They want to spend somebody else's money. But yeah, so I mean, I think that's a type of woman, and that's what I when I try to speak on certain things regarding men, women, or race or whatever, I always try to make it be clear, because you have to think about it. Everybody's not the same. That's for one. It's different type of people in the world, So I think that type of woman she might be really talking about is a certain type of woman, because on that same note, a woman that feels like, oh, I don't want to build them up and might have really high standards, she could very well have her shit together. She could be, partners at a firm and, making money, bankroll, and not bought a house and cars. And of course, she wouldn't want to go get someone that's not even least striving towards that caliber, and then some do, because I think when it comes to real love, you can't really help who you love. Um, I guess. I don't know, I could be dreaming too. But whatever. But you get the point of what I'm saying, but this particular woman in this video, she was not referring to women who already had their stuff together on top of their game. So she's referring to women who don't. And to me, I think that's a certain type of woman. I don't think that is all women, And then let's break down the whole building up part. Like, what do we mean when we say building up? What do we mean? Because there's a difference. Building someone up, really, if to me, that means mentally and emotionally, building someone up. Now, or if you're talking about buying them things, clothing them, that's more like supporting them in a different manner, but building up to me, it's not even, it really, to me, is not even something that's really physical, when you build somebody up, because you can't build people up through materialistic things. You know what I'm saying? You can't, building someone up, in my perspective, is, if they're negative, you help them be positive. If they haven't really came from the dark place, or haven't really quite been able to get over their past and things like that, then you build them up by encouraging them, pushing them to do great, do better, think different, think positive, see the silver lining when it's really not one, just to stay sane, because we know it's not always a silver lining and everything, but you can find it. And for me, I find that just to remain sane, just not give up, and to me, that's the whole thing of building up. And I don't think building someone up comes with a price, like I just don't think it's money related. I don't think it's materialistic related. I think it's just generally geared towards the mental and the emotional stability of somebody. And you are encouraging them to get to a better place in life, a better place mentally, a better place emotionally, personally. So I think even in that terms of the whole building up, it sounds like she might be referring to more like building up and supporting, because she uses the words such as, you want him to have the cars, the clothes. Well, she might not say clothes. It's just natural though when you think about that. Yeah, he got money, cars, and clothes. It be in all the rap songs and stuff too. But anyway, to me, that's not just building him up. Like I said, it's like support too. So I don't even really want to break that down, because I really could, but just for the sake of this video that I'm already reaching 7 minutes, that's kind of my spiel on that. And now, as far as what Derrick had to say, I agree with him too, and he didn't say that he didn't agree with her. He said he understood, but there is another spectrum to that. So just like I said, I feel like that's a certain type of woman. Well, it's a certain type of man. It's different type of men out there too. So you might run across one that you can build up and support, because support, I think that's part of what she's mentioning. If you have to support him in the matter of lending him your car, or letting him share your car to do what he needs to do, or letting him stay with you, or whatever the case may be. If he's not able to financially bring in the same amount that you're bringing in, then at the end of the day, that is support. That's not building him up, that is supporting him. And it is men that appreciate that, and that will stay with you through the longevity, even when they become something different. But like Derrick was saying, there's another side to that, to where, you've been spent all this, blood, sweat, and tears trying to build him up, and, get him to where he wants to be, and things. I mean, come on, y'all. We can just use waiting to exhale as a good prime example of the type of man I'm referring to now. And then once they make that money and get where they need to be, or you don't really know what they're doing in the midst of you helping them, then yeah, sometimes a certain type of man will move on. And like he mentioned, the next woman he gonna give heaven and earth to, and she ain't put in no work, and honestly, we be honest with ourselves, we've seen this happen many times, even in the celebrity world and the your own personal world. You have seen these things come about, and but like I said, that's the certain type of man. And I guess when it comes to wanting to support, and I don't even want to say build, because I try to build up people daily. If I run across somebody and I feel like they down, to me, because of the type of person that I am, that is like my duty, I feel, in a sense, to try to encourage that person and try to build that person up. That's why I'm saying in this content that she's using, she's talking about both building and and support, because you don't have to be in a relationship with somebody to build them up. You know what I'm saying? Friends build each other up all the time. It's really just about encouragement when you want to use the word build up, because like I said, it's not attached to physical things or materialistic things. It's not building someone up. It's not attached to money. You know what I'm saying? So, it's not even something that you have to be in a relationship with somebody. But if you're going to be supporting and building someone up from a dark place, because let's be honest, when you do get in a relationship, everyone's aware that you're dealing with your own demons and you're dealing with their demons. So if that's the type of build up she's saying, again, you don't have to be in a relationship to build somebody up. But it was a comment under this post that stated that if you are going to be doing these things, building someone up and supporting them, then perhaps maybe do that with a husband rather than a boyfriend or someone you just call your man, because that may guarantee you more stability. Now, I said might because people get divorces all the time, and a lot of times people get married for the wrong reasons. So there's not a guarantee, but it's more of a guarantee. I'll put it like that. But like Derrick say, it's you run across the wrong person that really is no longer looking at you as a lover or a significant other with all the support and building up you're doing. Then, you put in all that work for months, years, weeks, whatever, and he might just decide he want to up and move on. So then what? And I will say this, a lot of times when women are stuck, I know particularly myself, I have to find myself sometimes because I'm just naturally a giver anyway. But that's why in a lot of my relationships, that I've had have not been well, because for one, it's like I kind of put my all, and then sometimes I forget about myself. And I have before gotten lost in a relationship to where the focus was not on me. Granted, it was still on my kids, but it was also on that person, and I never had time for me. And once I got out of that relationship of trying to build and support this person, no matter what kind of obstacles they were going through, just trying to be supportive of that in the midst of trying to still be positive once all of his negativity started being geared towards me, then I end up losing myself in all of that. I end up losing myself. I almost felt like I was going through some kind of depression in a sense, because I was just in an unhappy place, and I felt like I had given all I could give, and it didn't get me nowhere. I'm still stuck here in a negative situation with a negative person, and we're not going anywhere but in circles. It's not really, all the support that I've given has not really pushed this man to do anything than what he was doing when I met him. So, and that is another thing. With all this building up and supporting, what are you producing at the end? Are you producing a man that's going to use that build up and support to continue to strive and get better? Or is he just going to be still stuck in that same place of you supporting and building him up years later? So, and that was my thing. It wasn't no growth, It wasn't no growth on his behalf, and as far as our relationship was concerned, definitely wasn't no growth there. It just was a very toxic, negative situation. So I think in the midst of all of these things, you definitely have to know the type of person that you building up. What are they doing? Like, if you meet someone that's trying, that's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you trying, you working, you might be having this type of issue or that type of issue, but you working and you trying to be better. You know what I'm saying? That is different to me. You know what I'm saying? And those type of situations you can continue to support and build up. And again, like I said, you don't have to be in a relationship to build nobody up. That's just my personal opinion. But that's a difference. Because that means when you get in there and continue to push and hopefully help him emotionally and mentally to get past whatever place he is in his life, then that's the type of person you're going to see grow. I can guarantee you that. But if you meeting somebody that ain't really about nothing to begin with, It don't matter how much building up and support you do. They still gonna be right there where they at because for one, that's probably just what they do. They probably go from woman to woman looking for build up and support because they not willing to build up and support themselves. So you can do that for years and once you get tired and they feel like it's really, really bad, they're not gonna do nothing but move to the next person that's gonna do the same thing. So, you know, either way it goes, it's a gamble. So, you know, I guess proceed at your own risk, but know who it is you are. And if you're going to be putting in all that sweat, time, and tears, I think I agree with the comment under the post that, you might want to make sure that's your husband. Because other than that, you be left in situations. And like Derrick said, single parent or whatever, been there, done that. And it's definitely not an easy task. But, you got to do what you got to do once you've made those decisions in your life that got you where you at. So, yeah, Dexter, that's my spiel on that. What you think? Thank you again for clicking on the video. Please like and subscribe, even though I know I don't post as often, y'all. I do apologize for that. It's just so busy with work and school and still being a single parent. But I definitely love when I am able to come on here. I definitely appreciate all of my viewers who do watch when I post, even though they far in between. But here soon, maybe I'll start posting on a regular. I know I got poetry that I want to push out. Hopefully I can get that out soon, on my channel. I haven't done that in years, if you follow my channel, but definitely look forward to that. I definitely want to get some poetry out within the next month. That's my goal. But anyway, thank you again for clicking on the video. Bye-bye.